Hello, everyone, and welcome to our astronomy presentation on supermassive active black holes. I'm Amelia, and I'm a rising senior at Howard High School in Maryland.
Hello, my name is Christal Biney. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a rising senior at Cypress Ranch High School.
Hi, my name is Mikaylah Hanson, and I'm from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I'm a rising junior, and I attend White Bear Lake Area High School.
I'm Nahum Yeshitila. I'm from Garland, Texas, and I will be a rising junior at Garland High School.
The Radio Galaxy Zoo LOFAR project focuses on the Low Frequency Arrays telescope image data to classify and detect active galactic nuclei. This project uses a volunteer-led website to efficiently classify thousands of datasets. Our team alone has classified over 350 datasets, which exceeds our 150 goal. The Low Frequency Array, or LOFAR, is an interferometer that ranges in frequency from 10 MHz to 240 MHz. The image on the left shows the several antennas of LOFAR that work together to cover a large area of deep space. The survey data collected from LOFAR is gathered by Fourier transform, which is a computer analysis. This process creates the yellow radio emission lines shown on the classification. Since we cannot rely solely on the judgment of a computer, the human classifications must be completed. The antennas of the LOFAR telescope are located all around Europe, as shown on the image to the left. LOFAR is a unique telescope because it is composed of thousands of antennas that work together to create one big telescope. The LOFAR telescope creates high-resolution images that inform us about the earliest events of our universe. This project aims to analyze data in the northern portion of our sky. The image on the right shows the location of the datasets and their status of completion.
So in all this data, we're looking for AGNs, or active galactic nuclei, which are the highly luminous regions at the center of active galaxies that emit tons of electromagnetic radiation. In the top image on the slide, you can see the AGN is a really bright area in the center. It can also be identified from the LOFAR data, such as in the bottom image, by the yellow bands, which represent radio emissions. The radio emissions could be coming from a variety of different sources, but they suggest the presence of a supermassive black hole when there are two main lobes on either side of a potential source, such as in the left image that can be optically identified, which come from the jets. So the jets are a stream of light spanning the entire EM spectrum and can be seen in the top image running perpendicular to the dust cloud. Finding AGNs helps hint at the formation and evolution of active galaxies, which plays a huge part in the evolution of the galaxy as a whole. So here we have 4 different types of active galactic nuclei, classified by their electromagnetic spectral emissions. First, the Type 1 Seyfert galaxy has both narrow and broadened spectral emission lines, whereas the Type 2 Seyfert galaxy only has narrow emissions. And blazars don't contain emission lines in their spectra at all, whereas quasars have weak narrow emission lines. So this is how we classified our data on the Zooniverse site. The first step was to figure out which of the dashed ellipses we believe were components of the single solid ellipse, and we just placed a single marker in each one, as seen in the image below.
For task 2, from the optical image background, we are looking to find the source of the radio emission structure that is circled by the solid blue ellipse, labeling that source with a pink marker. For task 3, the Zooniverse users point out any of the possible problems that they may observe in a given image, and we will show examples of these problems in the next slide. So a star can potentially become a problem if the bright light from the star obscures the identification of the components or the source of the radio emissions. And an artifact occurs when the radio or the yellow contour lines seem to be very spread out, or they seem to have no clear shape. And artifacts are caused by whenever the computer program, which is responsible for transforming the raw data collected by the LOFAR telescope into the yellow contour lines that we see in the image, when that computer program fails to properly correct for the corruption of the Earth's atmosphere or the corruption of the radio signals by the Earth's atmosphere. And a blend is caused by when the source finder algorithm incorrectly associates 2 or more sources within a single ellipse. For the last task, we determined which black hole images have an active or inactive galactic nuclei according to whether the yellow contour lines, which represent the radio emission, whether those lines have a double-lobed AGN jet shape. And it is through this process of analyzing the activity of the galactic nuclei that scientists have been able to discover new evidence from double-double radio galaxies, which suggests that the activity of these active galactic nuclei may change over time.
Statistics, total classification of AGN. Here's a chart of our classifications of active galactic nuclei with over 400 classifications in total. We have put together a visual pie chart which displays that roughly half of the data we observed contained an inactive galactic nuclei, while the other half did have an active galactic nuclei. Why is it important to study active galactic nuclei in supermassive black holes? Well, AGN can reveal a lot in the study of supermassive black holes. It allows us to visualize how galaxy clusters and black holes formed. For example, quasars appear to live in galaxies, so they can help us understand galaxy formation and evolution. It also helps us understand the magnetic field in our universe. Radio emission from AGN is synchrotron radiation, which means electromagnetic radiation is emitted when charged particles are accelerated radially. Therefore, it is generated by energetic particles in magnetic fields. So wherever we see radio emissions, magnetic fields are also being traced and can estimate the field length. Studying AGN can also create a picture of the earliest occurring star formation. Research of early star formation is not related to observing AGN, but among the objects studied are many star-forming galaxies, where the radio emission comes from stellar processes and is not related to jets. One can trace star formation in the distant universe by identifying those objects and distinguishing them from AGN. Lastly, it allows us to explore frequencies never observed from the universe, leading to new discoveries. Here are the highlights of the NASA SEAS program. NASA SEAS has allowed my group to undergo great intellectual discovery. We have studied in great depth active galactic nuclei, LOFAR, and supermassive black holes. We have also acted as real astronomers and have classified over 300 pieces of data. And working together as a team and learning together as well, we have developed a close bond among ourselves, along with our amazing mentor, Olivia Kuper. Though there were many amazing features, there were also a few challenges we had to overcome as well. The challenge of virtual collaboration was present, having to work across different time zones and working on projects at different times altogether. Data classification was unique to other types of projects we have done in the past before, as there was very little quantitative data and our analysis was purely based off of observation. NASA SEAS has allowed me to explore different fields, which I now will consider studying in the future. I hope to continue my astronomy journey through my university years.
The NASA SEAS internship has definitely paved the way for my future in STEM. It has shown me where my passions lie and will definitely help me in my future.
SEAS was a great opportunity to explore different careers in STEM.
SEAS has greatly enhanced my understanding of and love for many scientific disciplines relating to space. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity and the memorable experiences that I have had over the course of this incredible program.
If you want to learn more about the Radio Galaxy Zoo LOFAR project, then you can scan the QR code on the top left-hand corner. Citizen volunteer projects like this allow millions to share their passions for STEM and space science and allow the enhancements in space discoveries. And here is our works cited.
We'd like to give a big thank you to all of the astronomy mentors, all of the SEAS staff involved in making this program possible, the Texas Space Grant Consortium, Zooniverse, Martin Hardcastle, who is the Zooniverse project scientist who directly worked with our group to help us in our research, and NASA.